What's up, everybody? It's Jesse with Jesse Tucker Boating. Today we're going to be reviewing the Honda 2.3 outboard. I'm going to give you some helpful hints and tricks and basic operation and where everything is. So let's get right into it. Okay, this is the Honda BF 2.3. This is the short shaft. The short shaft comes in at 29.5 pounds. The long shaft comes in at 31.5 pounds. So this engine is air-cooled. It's the only air-cooled outboard in Honda's lineup. It uses a centrifugal clutch, so as we turn the throttle, it's going to rev the engine up, but also engage the drive. Your tensioner for the throttle is right here. Nice little twist knob. Very simple. Your vent for the fuel tank is right on top. Now, what's important is to know that where the indentation is what it's pointing to. So right now it's off. We turn it clockwise, and now the vent is open. It uses a sight glass to check the oil. That's right there in the side. And if you can see, there's two white marks, and those white marks are where you want your oil level. Your trim angle is right here. Basically, for most applications, all the way down is going to be fine. Depending if you had some kind of angled transom or anything, you may have to tilt it up. The zinc anode is easily accessible right on the side of the lower unit. The prop uses a shear pin. So what you do is remove the cotter pin, remove the prop, and if the shear pin's broke, you'd pop the shear pin out, put some grease on the new shear pin, stick it in, put the prop back on. Your vent and drain screws are right here for the lower unit. It holds 0.2, I believe, on the capacity. Your stop switch is right here. Your stop switch lanyard goes right there. For the tilt bracket, we can put a lock through here to lock the engine on the transom so it doesn't get stolen or walk away. Your fuel shutoff is on the opposite side of the tiller. This is fuel on, this is fuel off. These are the feet that the engine sits on. Remember, when you lay it down, you always want it sitting like it was on level ground or any angle where the power head is higher than the lower unit, but you never want the lower unit higher than the power head. Okay, so if we were going to start this engine, we're going to walk through your start procedure. So what I'm going to do is, of course, we're going to turn the fuel to the on position. We are going to open the vent by turning the vent to clockwise. We're going to pull the choke. Now, a helpful little hint here is don't turn it all the way up to start, because it's actually going to start in gear. What I like is turning it to the head of the turtle. Okay? That way, it's still going to start, but it's not going to start with the prop turning. Good, helpful hint. So your drain for the carburetor is right here. Let's see if we can get a good view at that. See that brass screw there? That's your drain screw. So a lot of people think that just by turning off the fuel and leaving the engine running, that it's actually going to use all the fuel and you're not going to have to worry about it. Well, that's not really true. As soon as the fuel gets below the main jet, the engine's actually going to die, and you're still going to have probably a teaspoon of fuel in there, and if it's got ethanol in it, it's going to gum up and become all nasty. So, under the cowling, as you see, it has this air guide that allows the fan to push air over it because it is air-cooled. Your carburetor is right here. We're actually going to do a carb rebuild soon on one of these. So, a helpful little trick. Now, don't do this unless you're in an emergency, but if you were to lose your stop switch, if you just disconnect this little plug right here, that will bypass your stop switch, and you could get home without having to, pull the stop switch out. It's a good little helpful hint. One last thing. So this is our oil fill, and this is our oil drain. Another little helpful hint is the oil drain. If you pull that out, oil goes everywhere. It runs right down here. It just becomes a little bit of a mess. What I actually like doing is just taking out the fill and dumping it into a bucket. It only holds less than 1/3 of a quart of oil, so it's not very much, but by dumping it out that way, you don't get oil running all down the side of the motor and making a big mess. So I hope you like this review on the Honda 2.3. And one last thing, actually, because I just see it now. So to put the cover on this motor, what we're going to do, put the tail in here first, okay, because it's a little tricky. And then we're going to tuck the ears in the front. See how those go under there? And then we're going to pull down our latch. A lot of people think this is a pretty difficult motor to put the cover on, but it's actually pretty easy. So, thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe. Remember, if you have any questions, you can call Fawcett Boat Supplies at 410-267-8681, extension 234. And the Honda 2.3 is on sale for $8.99. Have a great day.